Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. Playing an EIK WM France Tech G456 game with Joe Knapp 38, Viking Joshua 12, and Field Watchman. Looking at this opening pack, I see Educator. Educator is extremely strong. The ability to play your occupations without using an action is good, especially once you get to the fourth, fifth, and sixth, or the fourth on. An occupation for 2 food, you can usually get more than 2 food in an action, so you're saving yourself lots of actions with the Educator. So yeah, first pick Educator looks good. Don't really see a reason to take anything else. Whoops. Educator is one of those cards that can just destroy people. I remember when I started playing, I thought Educator was just like the best card in the game by far. Because it would let you do stuff like play Animal Pen on turn 4, that kind of thing. Now, having said that, it requires certain setups, it requires certain environments. There needs to be some amount of food available, you need to have some food coming in from your occupations. That kind of thing. Yeah, I haven't played with Joe for a while, so just chatting with him a bit. So, hope you guys are doing well. Sorry I didn't stream on the weekend at all. It was my birthday last week, so I ended up doing stuff with friends and family, so yeah, I think Tuesdays will be the day that I probably most reliably stream for a while at least. But I should stream this weekend as well. I don't know if I will next couple days. Maybe Thursday or Friday night, but to be determined. Probably not Friday night, maybe Thursday. You guys hear that? There's always so much noise outside here. They're always doing some kind of work outside, whether it's on the roof or on the lawn or digging a trench that cuts our internet. So it looks like Field Watchman has an interesting choice. Oh, not in the game. Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say, Field Watchman must have an interesting choice, but no, it's because he's not here. He's not seated yet. Alright. Whoa, wow. Oh, man. Well, child psychologist. Don't think I want that. Let's look at compost farmer. Pay a wood to build a stable whenever you plow or plow sow. That looks pretty good, especially with stable architect in play. I think benefactor is pretty good, especially with a card like Hedgemaster in hand. Or, well, oven inspector is a way of getting food. I think I won't take compost farmer. I think I want to take benefactor or hedgemaster, and then just have to keep stable architect in mind. Hedgemaster with educator is pretty excellent. The ability to build fences outside of your turn is quite strong. Hmm. For me, this pick is between. Now, Unicycle Driver is incredibly weak, but in a game where you have Educator and you want a max, you want 4 stables, so maybe I'm thinking about doing 12 little pastures with 4 stables inside. Um, Maybe something like Unicycle Driver is more playable because I'm not giving up as much. The big thing, of course, being that the Educator can play Unicycle Driver way faster than most other people can. I think, though, Manure Shoveler is the better pick. So this is an interesting one. Again, Miller, a way of getting food outside of my turn. Mushroom Collector is a fine food income card. I think I'll take Mushroom Collector. Miller could get me the like a cooking hearth, but I think Mushroom Collector will be a bit more reliable in case sheep come late in the round. Alright, now this pick is actually pretty interesting. Balance Farmer is an option, Dung Collector is an option. It's pretty much between those two. Dung Collector gets you fields, and I mean with Hedgemaster, Mushroom Collector, I have a pretty strong incentive to build 1 room and then build my pastures as quickly as I can. And that'll fill up my farm. Balance Farmer, passive food income is amazing, especially if I don't even have to use an action to get it. Especially with Mushroom Collector, which can let me modify how much wood I'm bringing in. I think Dung Collector is a bit strong. You know what? I'm actually going to take Balance Farmer here. Dung Collector can be like in like 3 feet. 3 fields is pretty good. Okay. Yeah, if I can make Dung Collector work for 3 fields, then it's probably worthwhile. Especially because I don't have to use an action to play it. So you have to remember the stable architect as well as the fact that child psychologist is out there. So that should mean that occupations are going to get played in the game later than they often do, in which case that's good for us. So compost farmer can save me some wood, or I can take oven inspector. With manure shoveler, if I have some breeding animals, then I have a pretty reasonable source of grain. But I think the pick is going to be compost farmer. And then this one, we'll take harvest helper. Alright, Educated sheep. 2 food and build a stable. Sunflower farm. 1 bonus point per harvested grain. If I need to pay a grain and have 2 empty fields. With Harvest Helper, I should be able to make that work. Meteorite. It's just a point for an empty field. Manger. No, I don't think this is a manger game. Market. This might be a market game. Market seems like quite a good card, but I think Sunflower Farm is the pick. I should be able to get to a good amount with Harvest Helper, Manure Shoveler, Dung Collector. I should be able to get to a reasonable amount of grain. Okay, Petting Zoo's a ton of points. Allegory seems interesting, but the problem is you need to have 5 wood after you've made space to hold them, which is really difficult to do. Breakfast Outdoors is fine, I guess. I think it's between Petting Zoo and Absinthe. Absinthe is like one of the best early game minor improvements, free miners. Even though I might not necessarily get to 3 occupations particularly quickly. I think I should definitely be thinking about building an oven with Harvest Helper. I don't know for sure if there's going to be early plow strategies and early grain strategies from my opponents, but if there are, I should definitely be thinking about Harvest helping them and using that grain for food. This is going to be an interesting game. I'm really not sure how this is all going to play out. I think in a late family growth game we will do extremely well. In an early family growth game it's going to be more dicey. It'll depend on other factors. But we can go for the first family growth, I think. Educator and Mushroom Collector is a bit pricey, but we definitely should be thinking about start player minor improvements for stage 1 to get on to Reed or Reedstone Food. General Crick says high level games in the middle of the day, Pog. Well, this is always a super active time because it's like after work European time, right? I always found that early afternoon in North America was an excellent time to get games. All right. Well, I've said nice things about Machete enough times. I hope I don't have to say them again, but it's an amazing minor improvement. It lets you do stuff that no other card lets you do. I'm not crazy about any of these, actually. I don't really like Swimming Studio in this game. I don't think I'm going to have an excessive read. or wood. I already have Mushroom Collector to convert wood. Um, Now, Swimming Studio plus the extra wood conversion might be enough to feed playing occupations a bit faster. This is really not a great pick. I don't think I want Country Silo. Country Silo is actually turned out to be not an amazing card. Just because it usually comes out pretty late. I don't think I'm guaranteed farm name sign because of if I'm planning to do small pastures with Hedgemaster. Alright, let's try Swimming Studio. And then pretty sure this pick is foraging. Foraging can actually be pretty nice if you have 1 or 2 grain left and you want to resow onto those fields. The ability to do that can be really good. Although Machete kind of makes that ability a bit redundant, but wow, Petting Zoo came back. I don't know what these guys are doing, but they probably should not have let Petting Zoo come back. And this one, none of them look particularly good. I probably want to build one stable normally. So is a card like Shepherd's Pipe playable in that case? Or like Hedgemaster maybe comes out in stage 2 after I've built my wood room? It's possible. Or else I do something like Spade. With Manure Shoveler I want to be sowing reasonably frequently. But it just gets me stone at the end of the game. Oh, let's try Shepherd's Pipe. So we start 4th, which is not great. 3 wood into star player Machete. It's not an amazing start. We would hope for better for sure. I'd much rather Reedstone Food into Swimming Studio, into 4 wood into fishing, something like that. But that happens. Also means that Mushroom Collector can't come out this round. Because even if I get one of the occupation spots, I probably only get the second one. I don't get the first one. So Gelder, this is the one where you use bonus points for using an animal space if there's only one animal on the space. Wow, and there's Charcoal Burner. There were some quite strong cards in this set. Charcoal Burner, Educator, Hedgemaster. What else did I pass? I passed some good cards. I guess nothing as good as those ones, but I think I will start player into 2 Reed. Reedstone Food is a nice action, but the second Reed lets me play Swimming Studio and then get a Reedstone Food action later for the second Reed. And I do need a good amount of food if I'm going to play Mushroom Collector with Educator. Joe goes for 2 clay. When fireplace or major minor comes round 1, you're definitely looking at that first fireplace going up in value a little bit. Hi Mariska, hope you're doing well. I'm playing the machete. So we will grab 2 reed. Stonecutter for Viking Josh. Alright. So Educator here is a little less than ideal because if someone plays an occupation before me next round, I can't actually trigger my Educator. So I kind of have to ask myself what's going to be more available, occupation or food. These two both want food. Sheep hasn't come out yet. So I actually think I play Mushroom Collector here. And then I'll play Educator later. And then Educator can... all my Educator actions want to come later in the game anyways. So what I'll need to do is I'll need to make sure that I'm always leaving lots of food available for playing occupations. Leave myself nice and flexible. Joe builds the fireplace. Then we've got Beanhole from Viking Josh. Saves a stone. Okay, so it's just a free point. I was gonna say, what source of vegetables did he draft? But maybe he didn't draft any. Interesting to note. Look at the way Field Watchman is laying out his fields. Might mean he has maybe the house adjacency card, but I don't know. It's just kind of odd to see those two spaces. Maybe he's like quite sure that he's gonna fence 15 in the spaces on the right over here. I don't usually love doing that because you don't know if you're gonna fence there or not. So, all right, we got Field Watchman. Pretty sure he's taking 4 wood, and then we'll take one of the 3 wood actions and Mushroom Collect. It'd be nice to take 4 wood and Mushroom Collect because then we're at 5 and ready to build a room. But we need the food for sure. And the other players are all still a couple actions away from building rooms anyways. Like Joe's 2 actions away, Josh is 2 actions away. Wood, food. So now, do I still want to play Swimming Studio? I could second action Swimming Studio here. Yeah, I don't think it's Cloister Dweller, because usually with Cloister Dweller you want to go along the side of your house, then do 3 rooms, and then fence 15 on the big 9. Especially because we saw, I don't think he has Cloister Dweller because we also saw that card that gives you 4 bonus points if your pastures cover 9 spaces. I can't remember what its name is. The other thing is, maybe he took, there was the build a sixth room card. If you have, your room is 5 rooms, build a sixth room. So he might have that card, and so he just might be very certain that he's going to build 6 rooms. That's part of his game plan. If you use a day labor, you get stuff if you have occupations in front of you. Okay, looks fun. So there's not really too much for us to do here, so I am going to play... I'll play Educator here. I need to take wood next round either way. I think playing Educator here is fine. Manger, thank you. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. So there's going to be 4 food on traveling players. Field Watchman's going to take 2 reed. Pretty sure Josh will take 4 food traveling players, and then we can mushroom collect on the 3 wood space. My draft is weird. We got a lot of... I drafted mostly for power here. I think in all my packs there were a lot of there were cards that were clearly better than the rest. Oh, we could do 4 wood or 4 food. Is 4 food better than 2 wood, 2 food? Being able to build that room is very appealing. It puts pressure on Field Watchmen. Yeah, I think we take the wood. The nice thing about this game is once I have my feeding engine set up, my game just flows really nicely. Yeah, so Josh does go for the day labor, thinking about maybe getting some major improvements done with the 2 food, 3 clay, especially with stone cutter. So I'll be interested to see. Field Watchman could build a room here. Yeah, it does build a room, so we will take traveling players, definitely. And feed 4. And that works out just fine. So we have a good amount of food now to play Educator. We have 2 occupations in hand. Or more likely 1 occupation and 2 food for the round 7 harvest. And then I can mushroom collect once or twice more. Getting that 3rd occupation out is appealing for a card like Absinthe. Definitely. It would be great if I could take wood and then build 4 fields with Hedgemaster. Kind of surprise and grab, and then get 3 sheep afterwards. The only problem with that is I don't have a way of holding those sheep, but... Well... This is interesting. I'm going to get forced into first action building, or not, because Josh is building the well. Okay. Why is Josh building the well here? He really wants to get his animal trap out? Yeah, that is not the play I would have done. Because I'm pretty sure what happens now is Field Watchman takes 4 wood, I take 4 wood, Field Watchman family grows, I build a room. Oh, here's the Boston. Right? Boston is how you say it. Nice card. Oh, Educate. And I will play the Hedgemaster and build 4 fields here, or 4 fences here. 1, 2, 3. Because I'm the only person who can build a room right now, so there's no pressure on the build room space. And now I'm nice and set up to play Absinthe on Family Growth. So looking good. Josh taking the well there was really strange. It changed the whole round. It meant I get 4 wood instead of build room. Joe got... Okay, this is why. Alright. Round 5 or later, immediately get a family growth action even without room. Alright. Well, that's good. I think this card is much better as your 4th growth in a round 5 game. Yeah, so I'm looking at this and saying Birthwell looks way better. In this situation, I'm thinking build a room and grow normally and then Birthwell. And in fact, what you can do is you can family growth regularly and then play Birthwell with your minor improvement. And then get to 4 people super early. Like, for example, Josh could have been round 7 or round 8 growth. A little unusual, I would say. And I build a room. Oh, I should have a point on Hedgemaster. Marska says, yesterday Josh did this and then built 3 rooms. Well, there were no real build room synergies, like no cheap room cards in this game, which was actually quite notable. Because usually there's one. There's some way of making clay rooms cheaper or stone rooms cheaper, or some reason to build multiple rooms. There was the house extender when you have a 5-room house, but otherwise, no. Field Watchman's going to be kind of sad that I first picked Sunflower Farm. That would be an excellent card for them. So again, I'm in an excellent position because I'm in a position where I don't have to start player first move. So I can do something like take wood or take 3 sheep, both of which are an option. I don't have space to breed the sheep, so I think I'm okay just taking 3 wood here. Oops. Should be leaving the wood behind. 2 wood, 2 food seems fine. Swimming Studio is excellent with Boston. Yeah, it's a nice card. Lots of good reason to go on the fishing space. I usually find that if you can get enough fields, it's okay to start eating raw grain, because you can look at it as like a 2 or 3 grain and 4 or 5 food action, which is a great action. Like if there's 2 food on, if you have 4 fields and there's 2 food on fishing, it's a 2 green 4 food action, which is great. That's a great action. Toolden says nice colors. Yeah, we're all lined up in a row. Oh, here's raspberries for Field Watchman. So that's the markers that he's got on his farm here. So this is kind of cool. I bet we see Viking Josh maybe reno and build a major improvement. Maybe day labor one more time and try to get another wood. Joe being in a position where he can double build into grow is quite strong. Quite strong. And we'll toss out the absinthe food. And we've grown our family, and good. We already have the six food we need, so we can look at maybe playing an occupation next round. I'm not sure what I would even. Oh, I can harvest help. No, harvest help is after the field phase, though. Yeah, so harvest help doesn't work with Boston at all. Boston dodges the harvest helper. So I'm waiting until grain gets sown normally to play harvest helper. Where should I be absinthing? Probably not Reedstone food because Josh seems to like Reedstone food a lot. Not Reno, obviously. I had an opportunity to take sheep and play shepherd's pipe. Yeah, that's true. I could have done that, and that would have put Joe in quite a hard position for feeding and growing. I don't know. I just shepherd's pipe. If I don't play shepherd's pipe, I'm not going to be too upset. Like I think the absinthe here is something. Okay, at 4 wood on for absinthe or no? Pretty sure Josh is. Well, Josh might take 5 wood. Okay, he does. For some reason, I thought Josh was going to keep ignoring the wood space, but no. That was nice of me to just give Field Watchman the food. Oh, apparently, no, he's going on Reedstone food. Alright. I'll take 4 wood in the food then. That works. I got lucky there. One in a lifetime opportunity to use pipe. Oh, it's been played before. People play it with like stable strategies, but yeah, it's not much of anything. Not much of a card. I've gotten pretty good wood action so far, so I think I definitely should be looking at building another room and growing. Especially if I can beat Josh to building the room. Like if I can build a room ahead of Josh next round, then I've locked up the round 9 family growth, which would be pretty nice. Yeah. I also want a fence. The fencing is really great for me. The faster I can get my dung collector and manure shoveler going. It'll maybe depend on. I kind of want to see when boar comes out. Oh, Josh just took 1 sheep. Ooh, that's annoying. If he's going to do that a lot, that's going to be really annoying. Field Watchman plays Occupation Social Climber. Do I want to play an occupation here? I don't think so. I don't want to take food with either of my remaining 2 actions. You know what though? There's not really a lot for me to do. I think I can. Yeah. Let's play We'll just go ahead and play Dunk Collector, sure. I think that's the card that has the most time, that has an actual timer on it. So two food for Dunk Collector. Did I pay 3 food for Hedgemaster? I may not have. Because it should have been Hedgemaster. Removed 2, removed 1. Okay, I think I did. Yeah, looks like I removed 3. Good. So I'll play Dunk Collector here. And sure, you know what? The actions on the board are pretty bad. So 1 wood, 2 food is fine. And then my last action could be like a 5 food fence action. Oh, Joe is saying family growth and corn sheep. Oh, because he turned the sheep into 2 food and a grain, which is, with the fireplace, is the conversion he's allowed to do anyways. Okay, so pretty sure Josh is renovating and building the well here, because if he doesn't reno, then oh, not the well. Okay. Interesting. Definitely expected the well. What did Field Watchman do? Just plowed another field. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. And then I have an action here, and I'm really not sure what I should do with it because these all seem like pretty terrible moves. I'll just fence. Yeah. Makes room for my second animal. 1, 2, 3, 1. I'll fence 5 like that. 5, 6, 7. Sure. No, you know what? I'm only going to do 5. I need one more fence action anyways. Let's leave myself wood to go for a room faster. And then feed 6. Alright, round 8. It's vegetable, not boar, which is sad. Absinthe on 1 wood. Make it a 1 wood and 3 food action for me. Should be pretty undesirable for everyone else. And if 3 wood is taken, then I'll take it. But if 3 wood is not taken, then I should be able to get away with taking 2 reed first. Although no one else really wants 2 reed right now. Josh doesn't. Field Watchman doesn't. Oh, Josh does want 2 read. I guess this means that I can't build ahead of him, so maybe he's securing his build room. I don't know. How's he going to get 5 clay? Tradesperson and 4 clay? I don't see it. I do not see it. Oh, I took too much. I'm only supposed to have that much food. This lets me play an occupation if it comes up. So It's worse than the 3 wood action, but I think it's close enough. It's 1 wood for 1 food. Yeah. Reedstone food here, maybe. Reedstone food and 4 clay. That's my last 2 moves. I definitely want to be grabbing 2 sheep next round. So I need to be thinking about doing that quite early. I want to be taking 2 sheep into 2 boar or 2 cattle for sure. Field watchman renovating, building the stone oven. Makes a ton of sense. 4 clay. Oh, Joe ended up Reedstone fooding. Yeah, this is this is gonna be a really sad round for me. What's left that I actually want to do? Do I want 1 wood and 2 food, or do I want 4 food traveling players? Oh, after this move, I need to be right back and just flip my laundry over. It's Tuesday, so that means it's #laundry day. Yeah, 4 food traveling players or 2 wood. Both of those are options. Plow feast. Yeah, sure. So pay 2 food to plow. And we'll definitely do that. And then I'd probably just take grain now, because there's gonna be it's gonna be 4 food in a grain action. Take that in a grain, sure. So hopefully I can get 2 sheep. Be right back. All right. Absence on the 2 sheep. And Joe's got the market. So I should definitely be looking at harvest helping Joe. Trying to get that occupation out this round. Okay, so who is likely to play an occupation here? I really don't know. Do I think about maybe playing it myself? Marska says, hopefully start player for 2 boar, but Josh will most likely take it. I do like start player for 2 boar. That seems like a great idea to me. No, Josh is not going to do it. He's gonna do 2 rooms and then grow. Oh, well, Josh will take 1 boar? Do you think so? I think Josh is going to take 2 rooms and then family growth because that's a sequence that's available for him. I think what we do here is we do reedstone food. Although 3 stone would not be bad. Especially because I'm running out of opportunities to get points from stone. Maybe we should do 3 stone here. And then traveling players or reedstone food, one of those should come back. Yeah, I told you that he will do crazy stuff. Yeah. Joe goes for the 5 food traveling players. Makes sense considering he needs food. Hoping Joe will build his first occupation finally. I'm pretty sure he took child psychologist, but I bet he also took the alms collector. I bet he's going to play a 7 food alms collector into child psychologist. That would be my guess. Because child psychologist, you want to play your occupations late, and then alms collector will do different stuff. Two rooms for Josh. So then hopefully reedstone food comes to me. Yeah. It's fine to wait until someone actually plays an occupation. I've only got 3 left to build, so let's breed and then feed 6. It's possible Joe plays an occupation here. The stuff on the board is pretty weak. I guess it's possible he renos, but he doesn't have the stuff to play a major unless he upgrades to the cooking hearth, which he might do. He also might start player to get the 2 boar. Yeah, I think that Birthwell play was really cool if family growth was not round 5. I think family growth coming round 5 meant you should do it the opposite way. You should be building the well and then family growthing normally, and then birthwelling. Because getting enough resources for that second room is very expensive. Like, he had to forego all of his animal grabs to take it. So Joe is playing Alms Collector, so that means, yay, I guessed that correctly, and I get to play Harvest Helper. Absinthe on 2 boar. Definitely. So now, rest of the game, I can Dung Collector in the next 3 harvests. I also have Compost Farmer for building stables. I haven't seen anyone else build stables, and the Stable Architect is not in play. So I wonder if Joe... Did Joe grab... What pack was Alms Collector in? I need to remember that. If Alms Collector was in my 3rd pack, Joe might have... no, Stable Architect was in my 1st pack, so Stable Architect is probably with Josh. Because I think Joe took Child Psychologist. So that card is really great. So I need to have fencing done by the end of round 13, ideally sooner, so that I could take 2 boar as well, or have room for 2 cattle as well. My manure shoveler is now worth something. It can get me a vegetable, which I don't have. Ideally, I want to get boar and vegetable with it. I think this round, what we're looking at is 4 clay into Renault clay oven. I think that's the sequence here. I have enough stone. I would still have enough stone to build the stone oven. I was talking about building another room, but I think that's going to be too slow at this point. I don't think there's enough wood available left in the game for me to do that. What? Why is it letting me take my turn again? That was weird. Tried to have me do 2 turns in a row. I guess I probably never clicked begin room properly the first time or something. I guess the other thing is I could build the pottery, because the pottery, I think clay oven's got to be the right play. Especially when I have manure shoveler, so I will like the sow bake action way more than the average player. Joe builds the cooking hearth here. So that's probably Renault cooking hearth, I have to imagine. Yeah. Yeah, with the way Reed is going really quickly. Oh, we also have Benefactor somewhere. Where did Benefactor end up? Holy, there's some great cards out there still. Everyone else is Renault, so nobody is, yeah, I guess nobody else is doing anything with Benefactor, because no one else is in a wood house anymore. So maybe my last action here is just machete. Sow and do something with machete. So get a vegetable. Yeah, there's nothing else really that's very good. So let's sow, get a vegetable, and I can machete it off. Oh, never mind. Oh, I don't have manure shoveler played yet. Never mind me. Never mind me. Josh took the clay, so Josh might build, especially with Country Silo, Josh could build the clay oven. I hope he doesn't. Does Sun Farm combo with Machete? I bet it does. Because you just have to harvest at least 4 grain. Yeah. Per harvested grain. Yep. It does combo. Nice! I kind of forgot that I had Machete because it's not in my hand, and I usually don't look at the cards on my farm that much. I usually just like have it internalized what I've played and what I can do. So the fact that I played Machete in like round 1 and then never used it until round it'll be round 11 the first time I use it, which is pretty late. So I'll toss Absinthe on Reno. Pretty sure Joe's not rushing up to a stone house. I don't really think I passed him any cards to do that. Although if I make one food available, it's certainly more appealing. I might first action Reno here just to get the food to play occupations with. And I can still build the pottery. I could start player foraging here if it comes all the way around. I like Plow Sow quite a bit, although I really want to get on Family Growth. Family Growth is what I really want. So maybe I hold it until round 12. Oven Inspector for Joe. Okay, so that means I get to play an occupation, and I will play occupation Manure Shoveler. I guess I don't have to be crazy about Compost Farmer coming out, since I haven't seen the Stable Architect played yet. The only person looking like they can Stable Architect and still get all their fencing done is the Field Watchman. Yeah, something to keep in mind for sure. I do need more food. I need to pay for that field for my dung collector. So if I could wood mushroom collect one time, or I'm not sure what I should do. I could foraging, although foraging is not great. Like I could start player here, but what's my third action going to be if I do not start player? That's the question. I think I should take this wood just to see. I definitely want to dung collect. I definitely want to be going on So Bake because I'm going to want to bake with my clay oven next round. There are so many field tiles on the board already, it's ridiculous. Like this game is like extremely overdeveloped for round 11. Extremely. For a round 4 sheep game, this game is so overdeveloped. It's just because everybody's playing pretty well, but also we've got a lot of good cards that are introducing a lot of resources into the game. Mushroom Collector adding like 2 food per round, Charcoal Burner, Bosun, Stone Cutter. Yeah, we've added a lot of extra resources into the game, which is why you can have Field Watchman with 6 field tiles, Josh with 2, me with 1, Joe with 5 already. Like Joe's got all his fields done already with his 4-room house, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Field Watchman start player, that works just fine for me. Early action gives me an early action next round, and I can kind of decide what I want to do. I could just build the 2 clay fireplace here. If I build the 2 clay fireplace, then I'm giving up on pottery, but I'm giving myself the ability to eat animals, specifically eating sheep, which I think is okay. I'll help Field Watchman. He doesn't look like he needs doesn't need he doesn't need food. So now, if someone does, like if Joe plays an occupation here, I can play compost farmer. But if round 12, I'm pretty sure my start if Field Watchman does not take the round 12 action, whatever it is, I'm pretty sure I'm doing start player Sunflower Farm. Into family growth. Yeah, because I get my other 2 fields. I only need to manually plow 1 field. So compost farmer, not actually likely to do all that much for me. But there should be field actions available late in the game just to fill up my farm. Maybe 2. They might be worth like 2 points. I definitely like So Bake actions, so I'm definitely looking at So Bake in round 12. Joe says so many bad moves. Yeah, what'll definitely help me in this game is looks like I'm the only one with bonus points available. Hedgekeeper plus Sunflower Farm. Now I'm definitely going to be behind on stuff like Joe will have a 4-room stone house, and I might not even get to a stone house Like if I decide maybe to build a pottery instead. Because I need, it'll be 2 actions to Reno for 3 points, but taking like 5 clay and building the pottery will be 2 actions for 3 points as well. I mean, it's probably still worth it to Reno because Reno gives me action to Major Minor, which lets me play like a foraging for a point, or it gets access to fencing, which is nice. Unicycle driver, so Ock on Uni, H2 pay. So feeling really justified about having played that card. The fireplace. Feeling very justified for having played the fireplace. Alright, and Field Watchman might not take Plow Sow. So if he does not, I will happily Plow Sow and Compost Farm. Is he going to take Start Player again? This board is awful. He actually might. If you start players again, that means I get Plow Sow 2 times in a row. Which would be a really excellent position to be in. Yes, alright. Well, that's about as good for me as possible. So field, I get a grain and a vegetable. I sow the vegetable. I sow a grain. I sow a grain. And I pay a wood for a stable. Now I need to make sure that I leave empty fields for Sunflower Farm. I'm pretty sure that can come out in round 14. Because I'm going to Machete Farm vegetable here. And I definitely want to get like more sow actions. And I also have foraging available. So I can always play foraging first, which will make room for my Sunflower Farm. So I don't have that many more actions, but my action quality should be very high. Yeah, so do I field and then sow bake here? Okay, field is gone, so I can just sow bake, and that's fine. Sow bake, get a vegetable, get a grain, bake the grain right away. And actually, I can bake some excess grain with my fireplace. Oh, you know what? I'm not foraging, though. I wonder if I should forage. Yes, because only whenever I sow, right? I have to actually use the sow space. Yeah, okay. In that case, I'll read stone food and then, oh, whoops. Read stone food and then reno foraging. No, let's get foraging out. Now I can put all my 3 grain into 3 food, and then get a grain and a vegetable and sow on the sow bake space.
Yeah, I have no more occupations left to play. Probably want a petting zoo. So maybe petting zoo is only really worth it though if I get a 2-point cattle action, which is fine. 2-point cattle action is totally fine. Yeah, I'm just running out of actions here, unfortunately. There's lots that I want to do. So first I forage. And then I get GV. And I bake 1 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I will bake another 1 into 2. And another 1 into 2. Yeah, that should be enough. And then so. So okay, so round 12 I plow sow. Um, yeah, so round 12 I plow sow, and I'll sow a grain, and then I machete my vegetable and I plow a field with my dung collector. That leaves 2 empty fields and 3 fields with 2 grain on them. Then I can play Sunflower Farm in round 14, machete one of the grain fields and harvest the other 2. So that's my 4 harvested fields, 4 harvested grain. And actually, I can get more. If I play Sunflower Farm and then get a sow action afterwards, I can get more than 4 points. But that'll be the minimum for the 4. And Josh built a 5th room. Interesting. Like, more people are good, more actions are good, but the action quality in this game is very low, which is hurting me for sure. And his fencing is really suffering for it. I wonder if he played Unicycle partially just to advance his talented tradesperson, because he ideally would like to be able to get wood off of the day labor space at this point. Wood is like more valuable than anything else. Sleight of hand here. Sure. Four stone to 4 wood. Not the conversion you normally want to be making when you have a 5-room house. That's quite unfortunate. So yeah, we'll plow sow. Keep filling up our farm. We get a extra grain and a vegetable. And then I can build a stable. Whoops. And I'll build it. Oh, I'll build it outside. Sure. I guess I could forage for another 3. For a grain to 3 food. Nah, it should be fine. Actually, yeah. So Joe, start player farm name sign. Yeah, it means that it's very unlikely I will get a sow action after playing Sunflower Farm in round 14, unfortunately. But that's fine. Josh is building unicycle fences in round 13. latest ever. Well, 2 cattle still available. Pretty sure Field Watchman is taking 2 cattle. But if he doesn't, I will certainly grab it. Yep, I will take. Reedstone Food gives me space to reno, or gives me the resources with which to reno. Yeah. And then my last action could be reno, maybe reno petting zoo. And if someone else renos, then I can. I could just major minor petting zoo. That's an option. I guess petting zoo is only worth 3 points if I get the cattle. So I still have to get the cattle. Maybe I should hold off on petting zoo. I'll be interested to see if Field Watchman renos here. Because it would get him 3 stone for his social climber, and then he could build the joinery. In which case, I would definitely have a shot at getting reno in round 14. Although there is Josh here with his talented tradesperson and stonecutter. Yeah. Okay, so Field Watchman definitely has to reno here. Reno joinery looks like. Nope. Oh, interesting. I guess the boar is worth quite a bit. Alright. So I feed 6 and a food for field, and I machete vegetable. I guess I put my field there just in case I get past something like Stonehouse Extension. Help. Field Watchman, I guess. Whoa, green cellar. That's not good. That is not good. I really wish I had a way to get a sow action in round 14. I had not played with Sunflower Farm before, but something that gives me a sow action here, like if I had like turnip field, that would be really, really amazing. Be worth a lot of points. Yeah, Grain Cellar, fantastic card. Means Joe can make 3 breeding pairs. What, it's 6 grain for 2 cattle, 4 grain for 2 boar. Yep, so he could convert up to, he can make 3 breeding pairs,
and then sow one grain. Sow one grain's not great. He won't do 3 breeding pairs. He'll probably do pair of boar, pair of cattle, keep 3 grain back, and then convert his 9th grain to 1 sheep. That's the way I would play this. 4 grain to 4 sheep. Okay, sure. Does he need to bake them? Maybe is why he's doing it that way. No, because he's going to go on plow sow, so he's not going to bake them. I don't know. Maybe. I would not have done 4 grain to 4 sheep. I'm interested by that move. I would have loved Grain Cellar. Grain Cellar would have just been the perfect card for me. So it looks like Joe first picked it. Yeah, unfortunately. I wonder if Field Watchman has the 4 grain to 4 sheep, 4 grain to 2 pigs. I wonder if Field Watchman has the Stable Architect card, because I definitely thought we were going to see him go for the joinery there, Reno joinery with his Social Climber. So I'm wondering why he didn't. Maybe he's intentionally pressuring Reno to try to force Joe into a position where he has to pick between plow sow and something else. Plow sow and Reno. Which, if Field Watchman has more actions than good point moves, which looks like that's the case, because he's got all his fields done, he's got really good crops, he's got all the animals. Yeah, that would make sense if that was the case. So Joe is plow sowing. Interesting. I guess he doesn't need to worry about baking because he's got the Grain Cellar to turn grain into 2 food at any time with Cooking Hearth, which is a nice combo. So does Josh Reno here? So bake is worth 4 points. If well, yeah, there's no way. If I sunflower farm here, then Josh definitely will sow bake with his second action, I would assume. There's no way it would come back. I guess I could sow first action and then forage one of the 2 grain spaces. That's an option. So I would sow on 3, sow 3, and then I would forage. And what would that do for me? Not too much. Yeah. Let's grab let's just take the 2-point cattle. Or no, more than 2 point. That's like a 4-point cattle. 4-point cattle seems good. And then, yeah, I can sunflower farm. There's 2 actions. Usually they're pretty low priority, so I should be able to get on one of them. I want to tell Field Watchman that he has 2 stone from his Social Climber, but I think he's forgotten about it, because he definitely could build the joinery here. But I'm kind of afraid of doing that, just because then he's more likely to build the joinery and block my major minor. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Josh sowed. No surprise there. Yeah, I really would have liked a sow action here at the end of the game. That would have been quite nice. What am I doing? I think my last action is not going to be worth any points, it looks like. Maybe 1 point plow. I guess taking sheep is a point, 1 point sheep. So I have a couple 1 point actions. There's Sunflower Farm, so that's going to be 4 points. Petting Zoo is worth 3. Foraging is worth 1. Hedgekeeper sits at 2. So I end up having a pretty reasonable farm, but I'm just missing too many points. I'm missing points from pastures, I'm missing points from stables that I could have. Sunflower Farm could be even bigger. Yeah, this could be so much. 1 bonus point per harvested grain. I could have played this card and then harvested like another 3 or 4 grain easily. So it could be another couple points. But that's the way it goes. It's not a big deal. I am happy with how stuff has happened generally. Machete? It's not really a question. I guess I should have just said machete. Oh, you know what? Taking sheep is not a point. I don't have room for the 6th sheep, unfortunately. So my only point move left is plow. Man, Shepherd's Pipe would have been worth something. Too bad I don't have 1 wood here. If I had 1 more wood, I could plow as well, build another stable on the plow space. Yeah, there we go. There's my last point action available. Alright, well, I can do nothing. I'll take points away from the leader, whoever the leader is. Not really clear, actually. It's pretty tight. So Field Watchman 4 stables. So Field Watchman, that probably means he's got the Stable Architect card. So yeah, Field Watchman is winning. And there's no way for me to block him. So what do I do here? Yeah, no points available, so I can't do anything. Is Boar worth a point to Joe? I don't know. Yeah, I guess Boar is worth a point to Joe. So 6 food and 1 for field. Breed up my boar. So I have whatever I score plus 10. Which is fine. I have a fine farm. But yeah, 48's fine, but it's not going to be enough to win. Whoops. That's a couple more than 48. Nah, I don't need to harvest help anyone. It might take a point away from Joe, maybe, but
What's he at? 12, 13. So if he converts 2 cattle, he goes to 47. Yeah, Field Watchman beats me by 1. Darn. Oh, he didn't play Stable Architect. What was his last move? Taking a vegetable? Darn. This was a close game. Yeah. Too bad. Didn't have a point left with my last action. Alright. So 48 final here. So considering that I'm on a 3-room, only 3 family members, like that's pretty exceptional. Like I can't be too unhappy with a lot of these. 1 point behind Field Watchman. Considering I had like the worst start I could have had, 3 wood was an awful start for me. But yeah, like even yeah, not having room to hold that sheep, so like not having like my last action not being worth anything when I'm only on 3 family members is really bad. Yeah, Joe's at 48 as well, and then Josh is a couple points behind, it looks like. So we lose to Field Watchman by 1 point, unfortunately. Yeah, if Cattle comes back and then Major Minor comes back, or Start Player comes back, I should have. Yeah, I would have risked a lot to gain 1 point. Yeah, Field Watchman beats me by 1 point. It's too bad. Joe says Renault second move round 13. I was surprised that he did not. Yeah, there were a couple weird things in this game. A couple weird things. Anyways, that's going to be all for me. Thank you very much for watching, you guys. Hope you enjoyed this little video. Yeah, I mean, considering the seating position that we started in 4th. We did get second growth in that game, which was nice. Certainly Educator's a very strong card, which helped us a lot. But the fact that we never got to that, we didn't have a way to get to that 4th room. Joe saying thought he'd get a sow in round 12, but then I foraged and re-sowed. Yeah, I needed the bake action, which is why I did that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this game ended up. Like you can see, I'm just missing like one wood is 1 point. 3 wood is 2 points. Just right there, those 2 things right there. And actually it maybe is even more, because then maybe I can take sheep or something to get more sheep. Yeah, this is a close one. What I ended up getting punished for, actually,
Well, no, because if I kept my stable in my farm, then I would not have been able to hold the boar like this in those two spaces. So, anyways, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this little video. That's going to be all for me for today. I will be back. Yeah, maybe Thursday night. And if I don't stream Thursday, I will stream on Saturday or Sunday. Probably Saturday. All right. And thanks for watching. Later.